Okay, my name is Dylan Small. I am with the defense, and I will be cross-examining the initial first responder to the fire scenes and the fire investigator for this case. I'm going to start off by asking Jalen Lee a set of questions, then I'll move on to the fire investigator, Jenna Ireland. So, Jalen, were you on duty the night of April 15th, 2019?
Yes,
And so you were the first responder at two different fire scenes that night, correct?
that is correct.
And your first call was at 72 West Wills, the Sunshine Trailer Court.
Correct.
And after extinguishing the fire, you then went in to observe the damage done, correct?
Yes, I did.
And would you say that it is in your job description to acknowledge anything suspicious found?
Correct.
Okay. Did you find anything at the first scene that needed to be obtained for the fire investigator?
I located some items within the crawl space. I located coffee filters, drain cleaner, 2 digital scales, empty Sudafed packages, nail polish remover, road flares, car batteries, and some brake fluid.
Okay. Is it common practice at scenes like this one to obtain a chain of custody for any suspicious evidence or evidence that could lead you guys to believe there could have been criminal behavior?
Yes, I would say it would be common practice, but due to the strenuous nature of that night, seeing as though we had a back-to-back call, the evidence was left for our fire investigator expert.
Okay. And just to be clear, the second fire was at 1027 West Wills,
Correct.
and this fire was only on the external part of the trailer, correct?
Correct.
And in your experience as a firefighter, could it be possible that these two fires, even though that they occurred on the same night, be completely unrelated?
There's a possibility that could have happened. Yes.
Okay. Thank you. No further questions, Jalen. Jenna, just to be clear, you are the primary fire investigator who investigated this case, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And would you say that the work you do is objective and fact-based?
Yeah, scientific and fact-based.
Okay. So were you on duty the night of April 15th, 2019?
Yes, I was.
And how many calls did you respond to that evening?
I responded to 2 calls that evening.
So you responded to a call of a structure fire at 73 West Wills Sunshine Trailer Court. Is that address correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Then later that evening, you got a call of another fire at 1027 West Wills, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And according to your testimony, you did a 360 walk around both structures. Is this a common practice?
Yeah, I try to do it on all of mine. A 360 walk around every fire that I have to investigate.
Okay. So this one wasn't any different. You performed this job like you do any other fire investigation.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. And just to be clear, you mentioned the area of origin. Is this referring to where the fire began?
Not necessarily began, but mostly just like the area that it began in. So yes.
Okay. And do you base your investigations off of NFPA 921?
Yes, I do.
And earlier you said that the work you do is in a way scientific.
Yes, that is correct.
Was there a mention of the scientific method in your narrative?
Not directly, but whenever I was mentioning the item and evidence that kind of looked like had the same texture and look of methamphetamine, I was kind of directing that towards a scientific fact.
Okay. Could it be possible that you or the other first responders on your team possibly made any incorrect or subjective assumptions about the cause of the fires?
Yeah, that's always a possibility, but in this case, it was pretty directly given to us that it wasn't arson and it wasn't your normal typical smoke patterns and stuff that you find in non-arson cases.
Okay. You also mentioned a connection between the two fires due to salt-like droplets. In your experience, you said this is tied to methamphetamine.
Yes, that is correct.
In your professional experience, could these salt-like substances that were found be from anything besides methamphetamine production?
It could be a possibility that it came from an actual salt shaker itself, but in my investigation, I did not find anything in the area that looked like it could contain salt or a salt shaker. So the only assumption I made was it being from previous fires that I investigated was the meth-like substance.
Okay. And from your own investigation, was there any other evidence besides the salt droplets that you were able to find that shows a connection between the fires?
There was video footage that I saw, but there was also a little bit of smoke patterns that wasn't directly sent. They had stuff in common, but they weren't the exact same smoke patterns. So yes, it could be a possibility that they weren't related, but with the meth-like droplet or the salt-like droplets and stuff like that, I came to the conclusion that they were directly related.
Okay, that's all I've got for you. Thank you very much, Jenna.
Thank you.